Well, they're on the run. And, season one was primarily dedicated to understanding the dynamic between this father and son, and the father's desperate need with his special needs child to be able to communicate on some level with him, to be able to express his love for him, to kind of have their inability to communicate progress forward. And at the very end of that season, you start to realize that it's not in Martin's head, but that there are people that are after his son, that they do want to take him. And in fact, we discover that they're willing to kill him in order to steal his son from him. And so the second season really moves into a father trying to protect his son. And from a lot of various different entities. He's wanted on state and federal charges for taking his son. There are people from a much larger company that we call Corp that want to steal his son for his brain power, for his ability with mathematics to foresee the future. And so he's trying to navigate that with a son who's steering him in a direction as well, and sometimes right into the middle of harm's way. And so those are the dynamics that kind of take us through season two. Well, Maria Bello plays the mother of a daughter who had the same gift as Jake, but who in fact was taken. And I can prove to her that her daughter was still alive, and is still alive. And so Jake has led me to her, and she and I try and find her daughter, which is what Jake wants us to do, and that's what potentially leads us into harm's way. I like that. I mean, I felt the same way about Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer was thrust by virtue of his occupation into situations that were just unmanageable, and he did the best he could. Martin, in many ways, is very similar. This is a guy who just wants to raise his son and is put into a situation that is far beyond his ability to handle, and yet he does the best he can. And so I like that unlikely guy who's rises to the occasion, or at least does his best.